His entire rhetoric and the surrounding cross-section is problematic, and the reason to vote him down. He's a literary proliferation of bad knowledge from the miseducation of black children because the masculine debate is white, male-dominant research based instead of having a black feminine epistemology inserted in spaces. Like, he literally just basically is an example of why the K is needed. And can the U.S. really prefer ethics when every foundation the U.S. rests on as unethical as the decadal capable of loving? The discovery of America was based on the unethical act of exterminating the natives. The economy was based on the unethical act of slavery. The imperialism, my bad, I mean leadership of America is based on the unethical action of imposing their ethics on other. And now you can add the F to that list. How can the F call when their actors when their actor has yet to demonstrate the moral qualities of the actor bros? The only ethical thing you can do as a judge is be anti-ethical. And it's in the first piece of current evidence that says that ethics has been used to justify racism. The evidence attributes their historically racist institution and individuals universal moral values that have yet to be demonstrated. That's our current evidence, which leads them harder into the critique because they are attributing to the USRG of ever thinking they can do anything. The ethics allow them to say that they can care about Cecil the Lion, but don't care about Rakia Boy, Ayana Jones, Sandra Bland, or Tamara Ross. They do nothing to march or organize when nobody has been charged with the shooting death of Tamara Ross or the hanging of Sandra Bland. They care not about cemeteries that are occurring to black bodies. They care only about the police brutality that's happening to black bodies on a daily basis. They care only about the supposed things that are happening right now in their fiat, bro. And when you allow the acts of side ethics to instance, it allows them to say that they've done something just while ignoring the things that continue to do, that continue to happen and perpetuate anti-black policies on the black bodies. And it's in the partly evidence that they're yearning for the Constitution to anti-black. There are no founding projects for black men. And at the end of this time, there are only slave masters, white owners, and whose mentions can be traced back to the original dispositions of the black body. That, like, literally, they talk about how we need it's a constitutional right for privacy to be for us to have privacy. Black people have literally never had privacy. We can draw a genealogical chain of how black people's privacy rights have literally been invaded and invoked, like starting with the black codes, ending with drones right now in 2016. We don't have privacy. And it's in the 111 evidence reforms that work for the black body, specifically the black kingdom's body, but the white man in charge of my body. The racial state becomes in charge of what non-whites can and cannot do. And when non-whites continue to go asking whites to pass certain policies, non-whites further legitimate the system of population. It's difficult to see how true equality can be achieved under such a white system. It's not really individual passed by the USFG that are racist, but the racial oppression is the structure of the government itself. Anytime these policies are passed, another policy is passed to undermine the piecemeal reform. So it's not really a circumvention argument. The argument actually is twofold. One, them trying to attack an individual policy instead of the racial structure as a whole will only have is only a piecemeal reform. This piecemeal reform will get undermined by other forms of reform that will further delegitimate black bodies within the school. And the government will never change if the racial state itself isn't attacked. The act allows the anti-black policies to continue to replicate themselves in the school and target racial minorities in different ways. That's why we can't literally do reform. He basically said that they're not a form of reform. Section 702 is literally one specific policy that's trying to reform the USFG, and they say cross-apply the Y13 evidence. The idea that with this NSA program there has been some unique bold strikes against democracy, and that now our liberties are in jeopardy is the kind of thing that only you'll believe if one has a luxury thing they were ever in such a place. So the very idea that black people's privacy is just now being invaded by the NSA program is literally anti-black, because our privacy has never been a thing that's happening within the school, and like literally not just black people but poor people and other people who have never had privacy rights. They have long known that their freedom was directly betrayed by the racial discrimination that's happening within the school right now, which is why this kind of relates back to the law evidence, which is why we must attack the racial structure as a whole, not just specific policies. And voting out literally does nothing but voting against the negative survival rejection of our scholarship. The only thing he really has on the flow is that he says that everyone will die, but he basically ignored the only 84 evidence that was read in the one you can cross-apply that basically says like black people are dying right now within the school, and no one cares because we're not valued as intellectuals or human beings. And like he literally ignored that, and he said it's try or die. It's a try or die impact. But then, what he's basically saying while saying this is that it's try then die for black women. Like he literally ignored the impact that we had within the one NC that talked about how black women right now are dying within the school because we're not valued as intellectuals. We're not valued